Ojay Suave just made the situation worse for himself. Video from Gabe Official. The whole situation with Ojay Suave and PlaqueBoyMax has been garnering some attention. People have mixed opinions. A lot of the internet is weird. I'll start off by saying that. The same people who were dissing him and clowning him for his actions are now taking up for him simply because he cried. He showed some emotions. In my opinion, I feel like the internet is more sympathetic to his feelings more so his actions. And I think people are looking at it from a certain perspective and not stepping back and analyzing the whole situation. So then they have opinions because they feel like his feelings are hurt. How can you hurt this person's feelings? And because OJ came out with a response, Gabe is basically saying, he made it worse for himself. But we're about to see exactly what he means by that. But before we do that, do me a favor. If you haven't already, hit that sub button. And if you don't know, I go by Don NYC. We do all type of reactions here. Without any further ado, let's get into it.
What's wrong with playing the villain when everyone plays the saint? Isn't every streamer performing?
That's Ojay Suave. A couple days ago, the internet buried him. I covered the story the day it happened, and I made the call. Canceled. No way back. Today, that call gets tested because I watched his whole defense. Some of it's real, but he still loses. And let me tell you why. But just know this is bigger than the one man getting canceled. His entire defense sits on one idea. I was playing a character. If that excuse works, every streamer you watch just got a free pass. Say anything, hurt anybody, the character did it. So we're running his defense at full strength. Every argument. And by the end, you'll know if my verdict survives. If you're new here, here's the whole story in 1 minute. Streamer University, Casanet.
Off the bat, we know that most of these people are playing a character. So off the rip, you're being disingenuous because we know all these people play characters. We know the bits. We know that they're putting on shows for the viewers, right? We don't know what they're like outside of the camera not being on. Some people take it too far. Yes, you can argue that. Everyone that does the IRL streaming and then do collabs, they're all playing characters. No one is doing IRL and not playing some type of character for the most part. Some people are genuinely being themselves, but for the most part, people are playing a character. They have, situations. And that's what gets people to buy into viewing them. That's what makes streaming university so popular. You have a bunch of content creators coming together, and then you get to mix up different type of plot lines, and it's all fake, really, but people are entertained by it. Usually kids, but people are entertained by it.
Day creator camp out in Arkansas, and on day 4, Ojay Suave ran a whole mock lecture on PlaqueBoyMax, one of the biggest names on the campus.
Diva. On some fly shit. Why you wanna be a diva? Some fly shit. You're a demon. You need holy oil, right? You need to sit down in the holy oil. You need to go get a church bath and cleanse your body, right? I think you are confused. I think you need some.
He tells Max that he needs guidance, a church bath, says he's not no diva, and Max just got diva tattooed, telling him his parents probably feel some type of way about him to his face in front of hundreds of thousands of viewers. And Max defends himself.
You're closed-minded, but it's one love, bro. It's one love. It's one love, bro. It don't matter. Niggas gay, it don't matter.
This is why it's performative, in my opinion. Because after I made my initial video, right, I seen more videos and more videos. And in one of the videos, I seen that Max knew OJ before they became who they are, right? And OJ always had played that like character with him. Always that banter back and forth. Max would do something quote unquote, gay, and OJ would basically condemn him, but in a joking way. And they went back and forth, and it was all laughs and all games and all that other stuff. I think it only hit him harder. Pause. That was crazy. It only hit him. That's still a pause. But it only hit him because the internet was piling on him. That's a pause again. Oh, what's wrong with me? Hey, yo. But the internet was piling on him and sending him a bunch of hate and teasing him for the choices he decided to put out there on the internet. That emotionally broke him because doing that, I guess, in that moment, I don't know why it broke him, but it did. Maybe it spoke to his spirit. Who knows? But he started to cry, right? Which is an argument in itself, right? Like, I don't know. At 23, I think he is. A motherfucker couldn't tell me nothing, and I start crying. Like, I don't, like, what? I could take constructive criticism, but even if a nigga was talking some bullshit about me, to me, I'm either going to tell him to shut the fuck up in his face or tell him I'm not trying to hear what you talking about. Like, move the fuck on. Instead, he took that, walked off, and started crying. Let's keep it a bean. Like, niggas in the hood, if we seen some shit like that, niggas would be like, yo, stop bitching. Like, what are you acting like a female for? That's like, and it's starting to fit like the narrative. You got diva tatted on you. Like, this man literally said, somebody asked him, what does diva mean to you? That in itself is a crazy question. But he asked him, what does diva mean to you? He then proceeds to say, diva means bad bitch. I could do whatever I want. Like, first off, we're gonna stop right there. You're not a bad bitch. Only people that call themselves bad bitches are females and gay men. You're neither one of them, right? So then he proceeded to say, I can do whatever I want. That shows arrogance to me more than bad bitch, but whatever. Says I can do whatever I want. And then he says, bad bitches are the most confident people in the world. No, bad bitches are the most delusional people in the world. But yet again, that all falls under arrogance, right? You could have got arrogance tatted on you. That would have fit perfectly. But diva, I think what he likes to do is just take words and then flip them. Words that actually have meaning and turn it into something totally opposite or whatever to fit his narrative. And I think that's what the problem is. That's what his whole character is based upon, right? I seen another video where someone was comparing him to Young Thug. When Young Thug came out wearing the dresses and trying to be different, it's all an attention-seeking ploy. And look at the people who's back him. LGBTQ, right? And young dumb niggas. I don't have no problem with them backing him up. My only issue is they don't see that he is clearly putting on a costume. Right? The nigga is putting on wigs. Sewing wigs. He's getting wigs put on him. And the nigga think he Prince. That's a mental thing. You think you Prince, you don't even do the same type of music. I don't know. Maybe because he light skinned, he think he called himself pretty. In the same rant, he called himself pretty. So it's because he's light skinned. Maybe he is a bad bitch. But then if that's the case, come out and be you. But that's neither here nor there. Those are my own personal opinions about him and the shit he doing. Let's continue with the video.
It don't matter, bro. Why don't we just love each other, bro? So I don't care, bro. Fuck OJ. If you fuck with me, nigga, you set that shit off camera. You could have pulled me aside. I'd love to talk to you off camera. Why you say it?
And that's another weird thing. He's been saying things like that to him since they've known each other. I feel like what he's doing is because he was getting so much hate, he wanted to put the hate on OJ. So not everybody hate OJ. So the same people that was hating Max and calling Max out and saying this nigga's weird is now hating on OJ. Mind you, everybody, even the streamers, and there's clips of the streamers like when Max was doing this shit, like, why is Max doing this? Why? Maybe he wants to come out the closet and tell us something. They were making jokes about it, like literally. But then when somebody else is doing it, because he's angry about it and he's showing emotion, people feel sorry for him. You see how people are weird? People flip-flop. People nowadays can't stand on nothing. People don't have no fucking backbone. People don't have no perspective on anything. They just follow the flock. They're all fucking sheep. It's weird.
But it's cool. Love y'all, bro.
He tells people to embrace what makes them different, and then he shuts off stream after a whole 24 hours. But Max wasn't even the first stop. Ojay Suave attacked a couple creators in under these couple hours.
Y'all, it's hot out here. It's so hot out here.
Oh my gosh. Blessings. Can I touch your baby?
I don't know.
You can't touch your baby?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't like black men touching the baby?
I don't like men touching my baby.
You don't like men touching your baby? I don't know if I like your baby.
That's why you should touch my
I don't
baby.
know if I like
right there.
I don't know the
right there. Right fucking there.
I don't know the
right there. Right fucking there. See? You gotta have goddamn discernment around.
She's an idiot. I don't see him coming at another creator in this clip. That's kind of a stretch. But I did see some other videos with other creators. Every time it came to another creator, they were trying to like dub him or clown him or whatever. They were doing weird shit because of the situation that happened prior with Plaque. All of them niggas was corny. Keeping it being with you. There was some niggas that handled it a certain way that I was like, okay, cool. But the rest of them niggas was corny. And if this happened the day after and she knew the situation and she was one of them motherfuckers, she's corny too. Because she could have handled it a certain way. Like, nah, I don't jack what you did with Max. I don't want you, whatever. Right? She could have did that too. But doing this, oh, I don't like men touching my baby, this and the third, and then try to flip it like, see, this is the reason why I don't like men touching my baby. It's like, what? You just told him you don't like men touching your baby. And he was doing it in a joking way. Well, maybe I don't like your baby or I don't like your baby. Like, he's clearly joking. But then you try to go, oh, see, this is why I did right there. You got to have some discernment. You was a fucking idiot. You were also pregnant at Streamer University. Go home. Like, what are you doing? But we know, you know what I mean? Anyway, that was just a weird clip to show any type of thing. That was really weird. I'm going to keep it a being. There's a bunch of other clips you could have showed other than that because that was weird. They were both kind of, if you want to look at it in a certain situation, they were both wrong in the situation. If you want to look at it like that. She was wrong for saying what she said, I don't like men touching my baby. So you're just saying you literally had to have sex with a man to have your baby. So what are you talking about? You don't like strange men having touching your baby? Okay, granted. You are at Streamer University, pregnant. You don't think people are gonna come up to you and say, "Hey, let me rub your stomach, let me touch the baby"? That's a cultural thing we do in the United States. I don't know if it's like that around the world, but people do that shit, men and women. So that's a weird statement to say, "I don't like men touching my baby." What the fuck did men do to you that you don't like men touching your baby? You clearly had sex with a man to have that baby. So that's weird to say. And then to point out, like, see, once he replied, you then go, see, that's exactly why. You don't think a female would have said something crazy to you? Like if a female came up to you and said, oh, can I touch the baby? And you're like, no, I don't like nobody touching the baby. And then she black like, all right, well, fuck you, stupid, fuck you and your baby, bitch. And you be like, see, that's exactly why. It's like, no, you being stink about it. Like, you can set boundaries and be respectful at the same time. But it's how she did it. She was stink. No. I don't like. It was just stink. So the energy you give out is what the people are gonna give back to you. So this was a bad example.
As soon as I said no, I didn't want to touch the baby. Oh, coming with negative energy on my stomach. That's what I'm talking.
See, I knew she was gonna come with that negative energy bullshit, cause she's a fucking idiot. That's dumb. Gosh, I hate stupidity. Sorry if I keep pausing it, but I truly hate stupidity. It's all about how you can't give someone negative energy and expect them to give you pleasant energy. Like, it doesn't work like that. You can't be nasty to people. And like, she wasn't nasty. She was. We can go back to the beginning when she was, no. I don't like men touching my baby. That's nasty energy. So when he gave it back to her, even if he was playing, right? She then flips it. Like, so you wanted to bring that negative energy to me and touch my baby? Are you delusional, lady? What are you talking about?
I should have smacked that shit out of his hand. I should have smacked his hand.
The internet was calling him the habitual vibe killer. The streamers on campus was pressing him. They were demanding an apology to PlaqueBoyMax. His answer that night was, I was joking. Then PlaqueBoyMax spoke out.
And if you cared about me, why are you doing that in front of hundreds of thousands of people? OJ, you have my number. We've DM'd before. I've known you since 2022. If you cared about me, you could have messaged me or you could have pulled me to the side. But you cared about likes, views, more than my well-being. So do not portray as you are trying to help and save me when you are...
His well-being? Why is he acting like this? Is like he was in a fucking shootout or some weird shit, like he was in a fight. This is the most sensitive fucking... girly bitch nigga shit. Like, even reacting to this shit is pissing me off because it's like blown out of, it's like it's taken to a whole nother extent. Or because this nigga cried. And I'm not saying men can't cry, but the reason behind him crying was, let's be honest, some bitch nigga shit. Like, honestly, like it was. And maybe he a sensitive ass nigga. maybe he wasn't taught to handle his problems face up or communicate a certain way. He feels a certain way. I think that's the issue. He don't know how to communicate when there's a problem, because he grew up in the chat era, the online era. So when there's an issue presented to him, he waits to get all the way away from it and then address it like he's doing now. If you got a problem with a nigga, especially if he's saying some shit you don't like to your face, you should be able to be like, hey, bro, I don't fuck with what you just told me or how you said that. Like, da-da-da-da-da, you supposed to be my boy and you doing this. And he could have corrected himself right then and there. You have to give people the space to apologize to you. You can't then run and be like, I don't fuck with you no more. That's what girls do. That's why I keep saying this nigga might be a diva for real. Like, he might be, and not in the sense the way he trying to make it seem. He might be one of those.
Yourself. And for that reason, I know you told Kai you feel bad. You want to talk to me, but you don't feel bad. I don't believe you feel bad. I don't want to have a conversation with you because
He's not accepting the apology. If OJ really cared, that conversation would have happened in private, away from hundreds of thousands of people. And hold that word right there, private, because it decides this whole case. So
You don't know if he had a conversation with or tried to reach out to Max. You don't know that. Maybe he did and Max didn't pick up. Max clearly said he did not want to talk to him. And this was the day after. He didn't want to talk to him. So that means he excommunicated him. So even if he gives an apology online, it doesn't matter because Max has already decided that he's done with him. Which in my opinion is a little fake, but whatever. So you can't say he should do it in private because you don't know these people outside of what you see online. You don't know if he attempted to reach out to Max. But clearly Max said he didn't want to talk. So 9 times out of 10, if OJ did call, he probably dubbed him.
charge. Now let's talk about the defense. He came with 4 arguments and 2 of them die fast. One is complicated and one is half right, which is the dangerous kind. His first argument, the blackout. He said he was logged off for months, so he never saw PlaqueBoyMax damage stacking up. But then he tells on himself in the same breath.
It's not like someone snuck a picture of my nails and posted it without my consent. I was prepared to showcase this. Now, if I had known, bro, you breathing crazy. If I had known that you felt a way emotionally regarding your diva tattoo, I would have never joked on it. But I really wasn't using social media. That, can I prove? I don't know. But all I know is I was playing the satire of the judgmental Caribbean Uncle Clive.
Can I prove that? I don't know. Neither can anybody else. So it stays his word. And even if it's true, it only explains why he missed the fallout. The lecture happened in person, on camera. Being logged off doesn't touch what he did in the room. Argument number...
First you said that both of his claims would be like debunked, basically. The first one you said he basically told on himself. That's not what happened. He basically made a statement that can't be proven by you or me or anyone else. Only he truly knows that, unless someone finds out some type of proof he was online and he's seen certain clips that were going viral with Max. Other than that, you have to take his word for it because there's no proof otherwise. So you have to take his word for that. So that's not debunked. That's just up in the air, right? It's he said, basically he said, she said. He's the one providing the information that we cannot prove. Basically, we can't, like I said, we can't figure out if he was online or if he wasn't and seen the clips. So that wasn't debunked. It was just a flimsy. You can basically call it a flimsy excuse. It's basically his word, and that's it. There's not even like a back and forth. You just have to take it for face value. So that didn't prove anything.
The word games. While OJ was quiet, other people ran defense for him. Sneeko went live claiming Diva is connected to some type of demon. And
Wait,
OJ said
what
that
is that the second one?
Sneak in the room. All out. The lecture happened in person, on camera. Being logged off doesn't touch what he did in the room. Argument number 2, the word.
Oh yeah, also, he said that the argument happened on camera. It doesn't excuse what he did. We've already stated that he's done that multiple times to Max on camera. So bringing this up now is just that the masses, people that probably don't know him or his content, or wasn't watching Max at a certain particular time, don't know him in the banter they had back and forth. But other content creators have done the same thing to Max when he actually blew up. The things you're saying, it just really doesn't make sense, in my opinion. If anything, I'm kind of debunking you. But yeah, so far in this video, you haven't really proven anything. You're just showing clips and then talking, and then I don't know, it's weird. But we can continue.
Can I prove that? I don't know. Neither can anybody else. So it stays his word. And even if it's true, it only explains why he missed the fallout. The lecture happened in person, on camera. Being logged off doesn't touch what he did in the room. Argument number 2, the word games. While OJ was quiet, other people ran defense for him. Sneeko went live, claiming Diva is connected to some type of demon. And OJ said that this is just strict elderly talk from where he's from. And look, the character exists. I'm not going to debate that. But that answers the wrong question. The real question is, did the room know it was a character? And one more thing, he claimed that bigger name.
Why the fuck does it matter if the room knows it's a character, if it's between him and PlaqueBoyMax and the people watching? I don't know what he means by the room. Did you, when he says the room, does he mean the audience? Does he mean the people that were there at Streaming University? I'm confused, because some people may have known, and some people say like, yo, OJ, you know, if you go to certain comments, OJ's always done this to Max and things like that. So like, I'm confused. What is he talking about? He's trying to make it seem like, oh, you're playing a character, but did everybody know you were playing a character? It's like he's been doing it for a little minute. He said he knew Max said he knew him since 2022. It's 2026. So that's 4 years. So I would assume some people knew. I knew, because even from the first Streaming University, the nigga was funny and hilarious and playing that Caribbean older, you know, character that's like, you know, a disciplinarian, but in a funny way. He's been doing that since Streaming University 1. And people that follow him, of course, know that. So that's, you know, something else.
The campus actually said actual slurs, real ones, and nothing happened to them.
How did the word demon cancel me? I won't point fingers, but I'll point something meaner.
In the public. Okay, why did you call him a demon? Where did the demon comment come on? Was that for all gay people? That's my question.
So the demon comment?
Because was it just for him or all gay people? Because that's the part I wanted to know. The demon comment
was just Caribbean satire.
All right, and you know in Caribbean satire they always have Westmont too. They have things like that.
And you a nigga, so stay in your place. Stay in your place, nigga. Stay in your place. Nigga, what you talking about?
Some kind of way, you know, a lot of niggas, boo. This my place.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Get everything off your chest, cause they still gonna clip you back anyway, so it really don't matter.
And that's definitely an interesting topic for another video. Make sure you guys let me know.
Because she said, like, I'm confused. I seen the clip, but I don't know the context of who she was talking to. Like, I don't know. That was weird on OJ's part. I ain't gonna front. If that's what OJ was referring to, because he didn't say anything. I don't know. That was weird, but.
Comments if you guys want me to do some research on that and drop my take on it. But those 2 arguments were just the warm-ups. The next 2 is why this whole video even exists. The third argument, the history. OJ says that him and Max had a whole private joke language. Says the first time he met Max, he told PlaqueBoyMax to not be bendable, and PlaqueBoyMax called himself a flexible ruler.
Max, you don't remember me? You don't got games on your phone? The first time we met, I told you not to be bendable. And you told me you were a flexible ruler. And we joked on that topic for nearly 2 hours.
Nah. I know who he is. I'm bugging. I was on this nigga Instagram page yesterday. He's a funny nigga. But just what is the purpose of this nigga in the background holding whatever he holding with a weird picture? What is this? I'm confused. This is weird.
You know how I joke, and you always knew how I bantered. You know me.
You're bendable. Okay, I think we're all bendable then for the right nigga, right? Man, I'm a ruler.
This is the person y'all defending, by the way. The nigga said we all bendable for the right nigga.
Hey, yo! What are you talking about? I could never fucking bend.
Jokes or not, pause. Hey, yo. Like, But where I'm from, niggas don't joke like that. Like not in a certain till like I don't know how old he was here, but niggas don't like. Hey yo, like the internet is weird. Like I don't know, say no shit like that for jokes. Niggas is all bending for not this nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
I'm a hardwood ruler, nigga. What you talking about, bro? You bugging, bro. Some rulers actually are flexible now, so. Yo, bro, you never had to. What is this nigga talking about? You gotta face the facts, bro. You're not being objective right now, bro. Bro, listen. No, you're not using my term right.
And I'm not gonna lie, if this is true, I can understand what he's saying. Two friends talking to each other is a different sport, but he should have known Max wasn't on that time. But of course, that story only has one source.
How the fuck is he supposed to know Max not on that time? If me and you got banter, I haven't seen you in a while, I see you, and I hit you with that banter. How the fuck am I supposed to know you not on that time? Especially if my excuse is already I haven't been on the internet, haven't been seeing shit. How the fuck is he supposed to know? So far, Gabe, you're projecting. You're projecting on how you think something should have been handled or something should have happened between two people who know each other and have banter amongst each other on the internet. It's not like it's banter behind closed doors. That's a different situation. If it was banter behind closed doors and he did that shit, then you would be 100% right in everything you're saying. Like, why would you do that on camera? That's literally the points people are arguing when they bring this shit up in the situation. It's totally different. The two niggas know each other. The two niggas had that type of banter. One nigga play gay. The other nigga basically condemns him from being gay in a funny way or playing gay in a funny way. He hasn't seen him in a while. He sees him. He hits him with that banter. He then cries and runs to basically to the end. Cuts his stream off. Cuts his stream back on. Niggas feel sympathy for him. The same people that were hating on him now have turned and now on his side and now hate farming OJ. Meanwhile, Max is like, whew, the hate is off my back. Niggas is now on my side. Now I can do the shit that I want to do. Now I can be me. Let's see how long he keep this shit up.
Max hasn't confirmed any of it. Even if that was true, that doesn't give him the right to just come and go off on him in public, in front of everyone. And his fourth argument, the big one, this is his best card, if anything.
But my question to you is, why should I have told you that off stream if that's how we joke and banter on stream? If I wasn't joking and I was serious.
Yo, Gabe, I ain't gonna front you, low key pissing me off, bro. Like, what? Why? And you made that like, oh, you shouldn't. This is the point he keeps bringing up. It's like you shouldn't do it on stream. It's like we've already been done. And then you try to say, well, Max didn't confirm it. What the fuck are you talking about? You just show clips of them doing it in 2022 or some shit like that. Like at this point, you're trying to move the goalpost to fit your narrative of hate, basically jumping on the bandwagon of hate farming OJ. Like you're showing proof and then talking against the proof you're showing.
Why should I have said that privately when you have done all of those things publicly? What separates our character if we both play one?
Max said the conversation should have been private. OJ trying to flip it, trying to say everything Max does is public. The tattoo was posted public. The streams are public. The persona is public. So why does the criticism has to be whispered? And then he stacks it with every streamer is a performer, even the good one. He said Dave Chappelle plays a character and gets grace, and so does Michael Blackson. So why is it any different for him?
If it was Michael Blackson or Dave Chappelle, it would have been funny because the media understands the character that they play. But because the media doesn't know me or understand my character, I gotta be the side character, the background character, until I'm the main character. But what if I already feel like the main character? Touch me, boy!
I'm gonna tell you one thing, this guy is crazy for even comparing himself to Dave Chappelle or even Michael Blackson. Because we know everyone on the screen is performing. That's the facts. That's half of what this channel covers. And when he says small creators don't get character grace, that's also a fact. But Dave Chappelle walks on stage with 30 years of context. Guy like Ojay Suave, he gets read literally. And the clip economy is gonna strip that.
So you gonna crucify him for, I don't really think he compared himself to Dave Chappelle. I think he was using that more so as an example. But let's take your word for him comparing himself to Dave Chappelle. I don't think you bat in the eye when fucking Max compared himself to fucking Prince. Is PlaqueBoyMax anywhere near Prince? Fuck no. But you're giving him the grace to be like Prince, basically. So you have to also, he's basically saying, give me the grace to be like these other people or whatever. That's the example he was saying. This is what I'm saying. He's trying to move the goalpost to fit his narrative. But let's let him finish. Let's hear him out.
On purpose, of course. The realest line in this whole video, his boy actually said it. They're going to clip you back anyway. These people understand the machine better than half the channels covering them, and none of it saves him. Every single point he made is about the machine. The charge was about Max. He got asked, why did you break the persona on camera? And he answered with the whole lecture on how the industry actually works. A broken industry doesn't make what you did fair. So let's grade what he actually did by the only rules that matter here. Let's break down the blueprint. Playing a character is legal. Comedians do it every night of the week, but most bits has rules, and they're way older than streaming. Let's break down 4 of these rules. Rule number 1, the room has to know is the bit. When Chappelle walks on stage, everybody in the building signed up to be a character. Now listen to OJ describe his own situation. That's a confession. The media doesn't know my character.
You know the difference between you trying to, in this situation, you're trying to compare the rules of comedy, stand-up comedy, to streaming. Two different worlds. You can't compare, you can't put those rules up to streaming, because that's, I see where he's already going. You're going to put up the rules of quote unquote comedy and bits and things like that to streaming. It's totally different. It's totally different, right? For instance, he said, we're going to break down each one by one. You have to, everybody in the room has to know that you're doing a bit. In streaming, everybody in the room doesn't have to fucking know you're doing a bit, because he keeps saying room when they were outside. So I'm assuming he's talking about the people in the chat and maybe some of the people that were around, right? The people in streaming university clearly knows his character, know the character is playing. Some people online may not know the character, but some might. It's not up for him to be like, hey guys, this is my character, so don't take up what everything I say for face value. No one in the streaming world does that. They just present the character. So the first thing he's about to say, already debunked. In the streaming world, no one presents their character, because in order to do that, you would have to step out of your character and say, hey world, this is a character I am playing. Now let me get back into character. No, some people think this is real. So you would have to step out your character, step back in, and then to finish your character. No one in streaming does that. They just come out the gate as the character, even if they're not big. None of the small creators, you know, there was fucking Cat in the Hat. There was a fucking white dude that kept switching up characters. He was, I don't know what the fuck he was. He was one of the things from the Dr. Seuss's characters. The chat doesn't have to know. It's their job to jump on board and be like, oh, okay, this is who this person's character is.
The whole world took it straight because no one ever told them that there was a costume. Can't run a bit on the crowd that never got the memo, then get mad at the crowd for believing you. He built this character so deep that he removed his own ability to read the room. Remember that for rule 3. Rule 2, the target gets...
And how could he read a room when they're outside? See what I'm saying? His whole point is just debunked, right? How can he read a room when they're outside? It was just him and PlaqueBoyMax with a few people behind him. Nobody was like, oh my gosh, oh my, like there was nothing for him to read. He couldn't read the chat like, yo, what the chat saying? What your chat saying? Let me see what they saying. So you keep saying read the room. Like what room could he have read? Target gets a door. I don't know what the fuck that means, but let's
But
go.
insult comedy works because the room is consented. You bought a ticket to a roast, you know what building you just walked into. PlaqueBoyMax got ambushed mid-broadcast.
See what I'm saying? This is why his this whole the points he's comparing this just doesn't make sense, right? Comedy, you know what you're getting yourself into. Yes, you buy tickets to go see a certain comedian. You know that you might get roasted. You know that there might be some controversial jokes depending on what comedian type you go see. Yes, you're paying to go see something, right? And some people still go to comedy shows knowing what they're paying to go see and still get offended and still, jump out their seats and get angry and walk out. So people still do that. That's one. Two, this isn't a comedy show, right? People are watching, right? First of all, you're at Stream University, where the whole purpose is for content creators to characters basically to collab together, willingly or unwillingly. Meaning I can be walking around streaming and another content creator that I maybe never introduced myself to walks up and we start bantering back and forth or doing something. Motherfuckers that don't know each other have thrown water on each other, all type of sauces, all type of weird shit. So, and that person's chat might not know the other person, but that's the way they structured streaming in that universe. We up here talking about this shit like it's Marvel, but it's true. So you can't have that same outlook for comedy, the comedy world, for streaming. It's a bad comparison. I see what he's trying to do because they both characters and it's bits, but it's two different worlds. So even bringing up these points, they're already getting debunked. I don't know how the streaming world works like that. I don't be on Twitch and shit like that. Maybe one day I'll start twitching and all that, but it's not the same as purchasing a ticket to go see a comedy show because you know what you signed up for. When you watch someone stream, IRL stream, you're waiting to see some type of funny shit, or you don't know what you're about to get.
At an event that he was working on. No ticket, no door. And here's why OJ's public versus private card lands real short. Posting a tattoo invites opinions. Every comment section on earth proves that, right? There's a difference between the internet having opinions about your tattoo and a man building a whole live segment around breaking you down to your face. One is public life, the other is a staged event starring a
Oh gosh. You comparing oranges to apples yet again. Everything Max does or has presented to get that same public opinion, he has put online. That banter that you said you're trying to compare to the tattoo and him publicly doing something, he's been doing that to him for, I'm assuming, a minute now, right? So I don't get where the comparison is. Like you're saying, like, him putting it online is warranted because he put it online, but you coming at him online is totally different. It's like, no, it's not, because that's the banter they have or they've set up or he's accepted to have between them or whatever. I don't know the whole history behind it, but there's clearly evidence that they fucking did it online a few times. He's trying to separate the situation. It's like, well, we've already established that they've had that's a banter between them. Between the characters. So I don't.
who never even agreed to be on the show.
You saying it from a perspective as if he didn't agree to in that situation, yeah, but that's fake. If me and my friend have banter, right, and then I see my friend, let's say I don't see my friend in a week, and I happen to bump into my friend at the store, and I hit him with that banter, and then he blacks on me and gets mad and then walks away. I have to respect that his feelings, but at the same time, he has to also be man enough to and intelligent enough to know that, damn, I should have never blacked on him because I'm going through something in my life right now, but he don't know about it. So I have to tell him and give him the space to at least apologize, and I can apologize too. That's how you would have handled that situation. But what he did is cried and then went to the internet to basically hate farm OJ. Because that's really manipulative. If you think about it, I'm gonna cry, get sympathy, then the internet is gonna turn and hate farm on him. Now, low key, Max could have, because he gives me the type that, like, let's say OJ and him had that banter back and forth. He probably didn't like it, went along with it, and then slowly distanced himself from OJ, and then they bump into each other at Streamer University. He hit him with that, and he's just like, oh, whatever. And then it hit him all at once. He cried, and there's niggas out there that move like that. They won't tell you they have a problem with you. They will, do some shit like that to get other people to like not fuck with you. So that could be the situation as well. But he's not a mind reader. At the end of the day, OJ is not a mind reader. If you my man and I have banter with you and I hit you with that banter and you feel some way about it and go tell some other people that you didn't like it or some shit like that, I'm gonna look at you like a bitch. And I'm gonna be like, yo, what's up with you? Why you telling niggas that like I violated or, I said something that hurt your feelings? What did I say? I would want to get clarity. You got to give a man a space to at least apologize. You can't go on the internet and basically hate farm a nigga. You also saying you don't want to speak to him because you feel like he shouldn't have done that online when there's proof that he's done that type of stuff online to you before. It shows a motive to me, in my opinion. If a nigga do something to me online and that's like a thing, pause, and then you see me later and then you do that same thing and then I use that to rage bait people or get people riled up because of my emotions or my feelings or whatever, and then I say I don't want to talk to you no more, that sounds like a motive. Like, what are we talking about?
Number 3, the lines move when the laughing stops. Every comedian alive reads the room. The second a joke stop landing, you break character or you're just being cruel in a costume. PlaqueBoyMax has stopped laughing. He shut down. And here's OJ days later.
My question is, if Max didn't cry, would this have been as big of a situation? My other question is, people say my delivery, I shouldn't have done it on stream. But it's like, don't we do everything on stream? Weren't all the acts public? So what happens when I say something public? It's too harsh and it's too abrasive. Well, what happens if I apologize for my delivery?
He thinks that question is his defense. Let's flip it. Crying is the only reason it blew up. Then the pain was the product. That question convicts him with his own mask. The room broke, but the mask stayed on. Rule number 4, the character doesn't get to do the apology. He said,
wait, so when did the character, I'm confused. When did he continue the character after the situation? And I'm not talking about the character Extreme You or whatever, when he went to other creators. I'm talking about specifically with Max. When I'm confused about this point, when did the character keep going? When did he see like the joke? He clearly had conversations with people about the situation and it got intense. So yet again, moving the goalpost to fit your narrative. I'm confused. Maybe because the video is like in a satire way, you're thinking like he was supposed to be serious. That's not his character. That's not his character. His genuine character. That's not his genuine character. Maybe he's looking at the situation like it's not that serious. Max is dragging it because Max knows how I get down. And his community, his true fans know how I get down because they were there from day one. My community knows how I get down. For you new niggas that's seeing it, it might look weird to y'all, but then when y'all get the information and y'all see, oh, they been doing this, y'all still trying to drag the nigga. So, like, what's your point? Like, I'm confused. The points you're making are I'm already debunking them because they make no sense. I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. I see where you're trying to go, but it's not working. I like your content. I'm not coming at you in the sense like, damn, I hate this nigga. Nah. I'm just looking at the content and looking at it from face value and trying to see what your points are and just seeing like, oh no, that doesn't make sense. I'm just breaking down your points and the things that you're saying because they don't make any sense. That's it. But I've seen some other videos from you and they actually, fuck with them. But in this instance, in this case, so far, you haven't proven anything. You literally haven't proven anything. I'm literally trying to break down everything because this is all raw reaction. I didn't see this video and then was like, oh, let me see it and then react to it. No, that's why I keep pausing it. Sorry for all the pauses too. But yeah, his points that he's making, they're not hitting.
apologize to PlaqueBoyMax, but that apology wasn't really sincere. But that's the whole case. 4 rules, 4 violations.
And then for you to say his apology wasn't sincere? I'm confused. First of all, to be technical, I haven't heard him apologize yet because he said he wasn't going to apologize online. If it was that serious, I'm going to apologize to Max. But then Max came out with a video next day saying he didn't want to talk to him. If I was in OJ's shoes, I'd be like, okay. And that's it. I might explain myself online, but I'm not then going to go, okay, I'm sorry online. You're not going to hear anything from me about it. It's like, oh, you don't want to fuck me? All right, cool. Move the fuck on.
Because while he was uploading his defense, the internet ran his own play right back at him.
Bro, everybody in that church think I'm Ben, bro. And they just be sitting down watching my stream like, look at this unholy. Look at this unholy. I'm not saying the F. I'm not saying the F. Somebody said, wait, you're straight? Bro, I'll make your mother laugh, bro. I don't like when y'all do that, and the reason I don't like when y'all do that is because I do not have to conform to your generic, dirty, idealistic notions as to what you believe males should act like. You see what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are very dirty, bro. A lot of y'all.
That's a resurfaced OJ clip, emotional, talking about the people at his church and how they're watching his streams and judging him. So he knows the feeling of being read wrong by people who kind of already decided who you.
So people are trying to compare him making no statements to what he actually did to PlaqueBoyMax. Clearly, we've already established that he's playing a character when he says those things to PlaqueBoyMax. That's not honestly how he actually feels. In that clip, he was telling you how he actually feels compared to playing a fucking character. Now, is it hypocritical? It could be, but he's playing a character.
So the man who knows exactly how it feels to be judged for how he presents himself ran the exact play on somebody else as content. So to tie it all up, this guy's still canceled.
And it's because he feels like Max is playing a character. He said it already. We're both playing characters. He feels like Max is playing a character. He feels like that is not truly Max. For someone to know Max before and then see him doing some shit like that, you would think that's a fucking character. If you see your man 1 week and then the next week the nigga got on a wig and high heel boots, you gonna look at that nigga like he bugging.
That video was super weird. Definitely reminded me something that comes out of like Adult Swim or something like that. But playing the villain is a job and people do it every day and keep it clean. The rules are simple. Tell the room it's a bit, give the target a door, drop the mask the second somebody stops laughing. And he went 0 for 3. And then he sent the mask out to do an apology. But that's why his door stays closed. But make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the official.
Yeah, that was weird. It just seems like you want to join the bandwagon of people that's hating on OJ. It's really not that deep. Really not that deep. And a bunch of people jumped on the bandwagon because motherfuckers are bots. Motherfuckers can't think for themselves. Niggas that don't know what life is. Niggas that think the streaming world is actual life. Like, this ain't real. This ain't the real world. Niggas don't move like this in the real world. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the video. If you know about the PlaqueBoyMax situation and you're watching this video, let me know what you think about the situation. Was Gabe hitting all the points? Do you agree with Gabe? Do you agree with me? How do you view the situation? Do you feel like OJ's response was valid and you can understand where he came from? I can't really tell you what, ask you any questions about how PlaqueBoyMax feels because he closed the door to any type of apology or anything like that. So you have to take it for face value, you know? It's a bunch of creators out here doing way worse than what the fuck OJ did. Let's be honest. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Unless something else comes up, I think this is it. I think it's silly. I think it's been exaggerated. I think it's been for whatever reason so people can hate farm him because, like I said, people have been basically clowning Max for his decision making since he started this shit. But because he cried and was emotional about it, people stopped doing it. Yeah, let's see how far he goes and if any of his friends will continue to ride the bandwagon. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about the video in the comment section below. That's it for me. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.